Hi there. I want to share with you another message from the other side that I have received from my love, Joedy Sisler. And to give a little bit of a background story on this particular story, my husband was from Texas and he wanted his ashes spread in Texas. And the year before, his mother had passed away, and so we had taken her ashes to Texas. And while we were there, he was going to show me where he wanted his ashes buried. And when we got to Texas, he wasn't feeling very well, and all he could tell me was that it was about 3 or 4 hours south of Dallas, and there was a river running through town, and he loved this little town, and he said, you can spread my ashes anywhere there on the river. And so his daughter and I were talking about it, and so I assumed his daughter knew where the place was, and so I didn't even give it another thought until after Joedy had passed. And then I'm like, okay, I need to make plans to take his ashes to this little town in Texas. So I reached out to his daughter and I asked his daughter if she remembered or knew this little town where he wanted his ashes buried, and she said no. And then I was in somewhat of a panic because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I thought she knew, and so I really didn't commit it to memory. And then I'm like, oh crap, I want to make sure I get him in the right place because then I'll feel really bad. I mean, I couldn't spread them unless I knew that they were going to be going to the right place. But so I got out a map and I'm looking all over the map of Texas. And as you all know, Texas is a big place. So I looked at all the places that were about 3 to 4 hours south of Dallas that had a river running through it. And there were many. So I could not figure out, which one it was. And so I'm just thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go here. I remembered him saying something about some highways that came together. And so we made a family vacation out of it. We all went down there, and we were heading down to this little town called Llano, Texas. And I knew about a week before, my daughter-in-law had called and said, well, I know he used to go deer hunting in Llano, Texas. So I thought, okay, well, maybe that must be it. So of course I went and I looked on the map, and when I looked on the map, I could see that there was a big river running through town. I thought, okay, that's it. So we need to take the ashes to Llano, Texas. So we started making our way down to Llano, Texas on this particular day, and it was raining like crazy the whole day before and the whole day of. So the whole drive down to Llano, Texas from Dallas on that day was rain, constant downpour. So I remember saying a little prayer and just saying, Joedy, I need you to clear the sky up for me, because when we get down here, I want to have a little ceremony. And then I said, and I want you to send me a sign, and send me a sign of a white dove, and let me know that I'm taking you to the right place, because I needed that confirmation. And so we pulled into Llano, Texas, and we drove down by the river. And when we did that, the skies cleared up, and it was the most beautiful, sunshiny, blue sky day at that point. And I thought, oh my gosh, he could really hear me, and he's coming through. And then my sister and I got out of the car and we walked down to the river to find a place where we wanted to release the ashes. And as we're walking down, I looked up on the wires, and up on the wire there's about 7 birds, and in the center of these birds is one white dove. And I thought, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. And I was just like totally blown away that he would actually come through to me like that and give me that message, letting me know that we were in the right place and we were sending the ashes in the right place. So we proceeded to have our ceremony, and we spread our ashes. And then after the ceremony, we went to Cooper's Barbecue, which was his favorite place to have barbecue dinner. And I remember the very first time that he took me to Texas, he took me to this little small town. I had no idea the name of the town, I couldn't remember. But when we walked into Cooper's Barbecue, that was the place that he had taken me to on that very first trip to Dallas, Texas, way back in 2002. So I knew that at that point that I was definitely in the right place. So there is communication from the other side if we're awake enough to receive the messages. So thank you for listening again today. Namaste.